As clerk, read next bill.
Senate Bill 457, St. Mary's County Public Facilities Bond.
Is on third reading and final passage. Is there any debate? Gentleman from St. Mary's.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We had some floor debate on this yesterday, and I wanted to get a couple things off my chest. I was really disappointed in some of the social media responses from people I would normally call friends. So I'm feeling like, I went back and watched the floor debate from yesterday, and I'm feeling like even the floor leader didn't have a lot of information, or the body really didn't understand this bill and what happened. So give me an opportunity to straighten out the bill in the record here. Look, first, this is public facilities bonds for St. Mary's County. This has nothing to do with state financing at all. This is authority for my county to go out and borrow more money. See, St. Mary's is a commissioner county, and there's only 6 counties in the states that has this requirement. So most of the members of the body are just not familiar with this process. And what is that contention with this bond bill, I guess in the members of the delegation, was a $15 million request for a YMCA. And the YMCA is to be built in District 29B. And, I doubted the merits of this project right from the beginning. It didn't make a lot of logical sense to me. The project builds an indoor swimming pool right next to a current indoor swimming pool. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Not really. Because a small county like mine, if you're in northern St. Mary's, where I live, well, there's no public pool, there's no community pool, there's definitely not an indoor pool north of Leonardtown. So it seems like people that cry about equity the most seem to believe it the least. But without all that being said, we didn't give it much thought, because all during the campaign, this was originally marketed to the public as a free project. And let me tell you, the requirement was for the county commissioners to donate some land, and then the YMCA was going to build a building, and that sounded like a good idea. Look, YMCA of the Greater Chesapeake there, that is a good organization. We want them in our community. Make no qualms about it. I saw some social media posts yesterday. Nope, that's not true. We want them in our county. But I don't think people understand the finances of it to a degree. By their last 990 report that I hold in my hand, that's publicly filed in 2020, this is an organization that, after expenses, made almost $16 million. They have $78 million in assets. So they could easily provide the funding for this project themselves. And matter of fact, that's what the majority of the public thought. But unfortunately, that's not the deal that my Republican Board of County Commissioners struck. They struck the deal to make it publicly funded. So the delegation, we really didn't have any, this wasn't on our radar at all until we have a joint meeting with our county commissioners, and they're like, here you go, here's a request for $56 million, $15 million of it for the YMCA. So at that point, we had a lot of meetings. All of us in the delegation had a lot of meetings on it. And over the next 6 weeks, we tried to figure out what to do. And Madam Speaker, I think you'd be proud of me, because we did everything we're told to do here in Annapolis. We strive for consensus, try to work with everyone's opinion. And I'm happy to say that what resulted in was two bills that were cross-filed in the House and the Senate. And right now, the Senate bills are over in the House Appropriation. It's SB 457 and SB 458. And when it comes down to it, and look, I took a delegation vote, and like I said, we strive for consensus. And I have an email right here. All members of the St. Mary's County delegation voted for these two bills. That's why I, as the chair, dropped them. When it comes down to it, the SB 458 bill that has the funding for the YMCA by itself has a matching fund request of $4 million. That's it. Now, I don't know why that is unreasonable and not so much of a problem here. Because at my time in Annapolis, the House Appropriations Committee has done hundreds of bond bills with matching requests. But for some reason, when the St. Mary's delegation does it, well, we're demonized. Our motives were impugned on this floor yesterday. That's unacceptable. If anybody wants to use this time, they should stand up and probably apologize for the comments that were made towards me and my county and our delegation yesterday. That's how I feel. Now, this could have been really simple and easily done, but it wasn't. It was done in Backroom. A couple people only knew about it. That's why the floor fight happened yesterday. That's the story of it. I wish we had a functioning delegation, but it seems like we don't. We have a king, and that wherever the king says, that's what happens. And that's where we're at today. I'm going to vote red on this bill. I think my colleague, my junior colleague from St. Mary's, will be voting green because of the simple fact that we do need the $41 million for other projects. But hey, I've been up here long enough, and the other 60, 70 votes I've casted that were red this year, you certainly didn't need my vote to pass the bill. You didn't consider my vote or a delegation's opinion when you amended the bill, so I'll be voting red. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Chairman of the Appropriations Committee.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Got a lot to unwrap there.